Hey guys, welcome to the first video in my Python tutorial. Today we're going to install Python and the IDE we'll be using for the journey. Even though we don't have the need to install software to edit Python code, for this tutorial I chose to show Python's installation on my computer since that will allow us to install libraries which will make our work easier in the future. My computer operates on Windows 10, but you could do this with any standard operating system like Mac OS or Linux, or in any version, I mean. So, to begin, you'll have to click the link in the description that will give you the option to download the latest version of Python that's available. We hit download, and that should do it. Once finished, we open the executable file, and once open, make sure to check where it says Add Python to Path. After this, we hit Install Now and begin. You could also click Customize Installation to modify any of the settings, such as location folder, but the standard installation already does this, so you don't have to worry about it. I'm not going to hit the Install button because I have already installed it, but this is the last step before the installation, so you get the point. Once the installation is finished, to check that it's worked correctly, what we can do is open our command console. To do this, go to the Windows menu, which you can open hitting the Windows key, and after that, type cmd and hit enter. That opens the command console. Once there, write Python, then space, dash, dash, and the word version, and enter. If the system replies with the word Python and the version number, it means the process worked. If this doesn't happen, please go over the previous steps to find what went wrong. Once we've installed Python, next thing we need is an IDE. Truly, it isn't strictly necessary to have one, since we could write our code in the notepad or even within the command console, but having an IDE will make plenty tasks easier when developing code or installing libraries. This is your choice though. You can go for an IDE that makes it all a bit easier, or you can write the whole thing in the notepad or in the console to perhaps get a deeper understanding of how things work, though your learning curve may be slower. I chose Pycharm as my IDE since it's free in its community version, which is the one we'll use, and one of the best working tools today. I recommend picking this one because it's the one I'll work with during the course, but you can always go for whatever works best for you. For those who want to use Pycharm, let's look at how to install it. First, we have to go to JetBrains' official site and to the Pycharm section there. I'll have the link in the description for that, so you then have to click Download and select the community version in the next page. After this, your executable should start downloading. Once done, you have to open it and select a location folder. I recommend you leave that one as is unless you know what you want and you know what you're doing. Hit Next, and after that, we have the option to create a desktop shortcut, another to add to the right-click menu an option to open files directly as Pycharm projects. Then we have another option to open all files with the .py extension with Pycharm, and to update path variables. For now, we'll just create a shortcut and worry about the rest later. Then we hit Next and Install. Again, I won't do it because I've installed it before. But once finished, we open Pycharm. First time we open it, it's going to ask whether we want to import settings from an old installation. We click Do Not Import Settings and hit OK. Then we can pick our theme. Personally, I overwhelmingly prefer Darkula because it's obviously prettier and it's easier on my eyes. So it's the one I'll use in my videos, but you can choose the one you like. To each their own, you know? After that, we get the chance to pick some complements to support the R language or an AWS toolkit. You can install them if you want, but because we won't need them now, we should just go with Start Using Pycharm. And this means we have Pycharm installed. We can create a new project with the New Project button. This will take us to a menu where we can select the project's location. When set, we hit Create. Done! We've set up a project. To create a new file, we click the folder's name up here and right-click New Python File. And we can call this one main, and we'll then get our file called main.py, which we'll work on throughout this tutorial. To check that it's working, we can write print and then Python is working. And we'll see that if we run the code by clicking the Run button in the upper right corner, or right-click the file and then Run Main, we'll see the code runs and returns the message, Python is working. Don't worry, this is just the beginning of this tutorial, so I'll show you how all of this works. What's important now is that you make sure Python and Pycharm are working correctly and that the little example program worked. And that's it for today. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed, and code up!